Good Friday, everybody. This is Grace. And in this video, I want to talk about well, it's just way too much to put in the title. But it's basically when people, individuals in YouTube communities, like two of them, start having arguments with one another, fights, you know, and they show them in their comments or their videos. And it could get to be where there's more than, you know, the community starts fighting with, you know, people in the community start fighting with one another over this whole issue, on and on, in various communities. Now, some people will say that that generally happens when view counts are down, like people's videos aren't getting as many views because of some kind of whatever's going on out in the world, you know, it's causing it to slow down. So that they have fights and everything to bump up their views, and basically for some it's bumping up their revenue. Now, there are could be more reasons than that. You know, it's not just, you know, that easy for it to be, you know, you could say it's all about that. And for everybody it's about that. No, it's, like I said, it's just not always that easy to determine what is causing what, especially in this kind of thing. Oops, see the hot air balloon up there? Okay, now I'm going to be making some generalizations. One size never fits all, you know, in most things. But in this, I think another reason that it could be that the tensions get so strong is because some people have experienced what they call these days narcissistic abuse. Okay, and within that they have experienced the discard stage. Now, some call it stage, some call it phase, but what I understand is a phase is within a stage. That's the way I was taught. But anyway, some have experienced just discard. You know, all of a sudden you are of no worth to, little or no worth to the person that you had in your life that you know, maybe it was your husband or wife. You felt you had a really close relationship, and all of a sudden they discarded you and got rid of you, threw you out with yesterday's trash kind of thing. For no apparent reason, no fault of your own. It's just that they are a narcissistic type person. I'm not saying the personality disorder. Personally, I don't know anybody who's been diagnosed with it personally. But anyway, the people who have experienced this may have this kind of reaction to when, say, they were making videos and suddenly their videos within their mind seem like they're not worth as much because there's not that many view counts, and there's might not be that much revenue for each video. Does that make sense so far? Now, I'll tell you from personal experience, when I'm not money motivated and I'm not a big channel to be considered, you know, as working for the money kind of thing, no. I didn't even monetize my videos until, let's see, today is actually the third year that I made it. Is the 3rd-year anniversary when I made my first original channel, which was under my name. So, but I just made it so I could comment because I found YouTube like before then, and suddenly started wanting to you know, leave comments. So I made a channel, but I used my real name, and I don't like to use my real name. So I made a channel under that sometime after that and started making my own videos, but that's my old channel, not this channel. Anyway, where was I going with that? Okay, anyway, I didn't monetize it when I first started making videos until like a 1.5 years later, and only because I wanted to use that schedule feature, and you had to monetize your channel in order to be able to use it. Well, you know, schedule your videos to a different day or different time, whenever. I didn't like that at the end of it. It's okay, but I still don't like it. Anyway, so the money thing wasn't that important to me, and it's still not that important to me, but a principle of the matter, and that's what I made a comment yesterday. Somebody had commented to me, and I comment back, was there's a principle of the matter, okay, kind of thing. And I had to really stop and think about it last night. I didn't have to, but I did. And I started thinking, why do I feel this way? My gut feeling really, when I first heard this and noticed this about YouTube videos now, especially in the narcissism abuse survivors community, mine have gone down to like a quarter. You know, I looked about a quarter or a fifth of the revenue it was making before, which wasn't really that much in the first place. So, but seeing that, my, you know, you can call it instinct or reflex was to say no, you know, like a jerk, you know, jerk back, say no, you know. And then there's no incentive to make more videos at this point, you know, to put out, because it's kind of, you know, and that's where I kind of stopped right there. But later on, like I said, last night I was thinking about this, and it is because, and I realized it because within me, it is that discard kind of thing. You know, I've experienced narcissistic abuse and the discard phase before, and it is that a reminder, like a flashback, you know, not really, some of a flashback, but it was that emotion that was there. Now, I'm not saying they're narcissistic, you know, the people who run this and all that, so not at all, don't go there. But what I'm saying is the feeling of that reminder of a discard, you know, because when you, like I said earlier, discard is, it can make you feel like you are not worth as much. So then here it is, you know, you're making videos and you have to make 4 or 5 times as many, you know, get 4 or 5 times as many views for the same amount. That's a, it's, you know, I'm not going to say worth less because that connotes something different, but it's less, each video's less, has less of a worth. I'll put it back that way. So you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. And I know you're all saying, well, Grace, why are you putting this video up? Yeah. Well, yeah, I've thought about it. I actually have videos I had made, and I have on my channel. I just have them private, and I haven't made them public yet. Just haven't done it yet. But yeah, it had that feeling, and that's something that I, you know, as a survivor, and I'm pretty well into the whole recovery of survivor of narcissistic abuse. I have to really think about this because of my, you know, my experience in the past, and do I want to do that to myself? You see, because am I then therefore saying to myself to accept being considered, everything being considered as worthless? Now, it's not their goal. I mean, I don't think that it's their goal to say that. It's that, you know, you can go read all about the new changes in YouTube, you know, on YouTube and everything. And I'm not saying that that's their goal at all. But that's how it's going to come off to me. And it does come off to me right now. So, but yeah, I think many of us will understand this. And I'm not saying that it's only the people in this community. I'm not saying everybody would do. One size does not fit all, like I said earlier. It's just some of us might feel this because we have been through the discard stage. And didn't I say phase at one time? Yeah, discard stage. And it's just got a negative feel to it. You know what I mean? Okay, and another little note. There are plenty more reasons why this could be, and it can be more than one combined, you know, and all this. And especially the one, you know, some people just say that it's all about ego, and if you're in a community about narcissistic abuse, you shouldn't have that much ego, that, you know, you don't want to do that. Why? Why would you see it that way? Because, you know, it's part, to me, it's part of self-care. What do you think?